Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine. Time to shine the light on Navy basketball as the Mids find themselves tied for first place right now with Maryland rival Loyola joining us now. Of course, the Navy team captain, Richard Njoku. Richard, for your team right now, what is it about this group that produces a game like Sunday where if we're playing on the playground, I guarantee you probably 4 or 5 of BU's guys are probably chosen before your team. Yet your team went out, played 11 guys, 10 of them scored, and you guys walk away with a critical victory. What is it about this team that seems to have that special fiber right now through the first 6 conference games?
I'll say it really starts with our depth, like throughout the entire roster. I mean, like you said, we got 11 guys, 10 guys that we just play interchange with each other. There's a big thing that Coach D talks to us is like, we're going to go out there and play. Whoever's going to play, you're going to play hard and then get sub right in, sub right out. Just keeps that same level of intensity going on through the entire game. I think it really speaks to, again, just this upperclassmen group we got. Like in my 4 years here, just having these amount of guys. I got all these juniors and then the seniors that we got. Everyone's willing to play and play big roles. And most of the guys played last season as well. So everyone's just stepping up to the plate.
One thing I always like to ask our captains, yes, you are the captain in title, but how do you get the other upperclassmen and really encourage anyone on the team? By your play and by how you practice, you can show leadership qualities. How do you get the other guys to buy in and assist you in that leadership role?
I'll say, first of all, to start off with my seniors, I mean, I think we're like a four-headed snake, really. It's just awesome to have those guys. I rely on them, talk to them about different things, just being a captain. I already told them, like, going to the season, beginning of the season, I was like, just because I have the title doesn't mean that you guys aren't captains and you're all right. I respect all the choices and decisions that they make as well. And we sit down and talk through everything, me, John, Christian, and Greg. And it's just really awesome to have that leadership talks all the time, just basically trying to see how we could better help our team. Then again, just having these juniors, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, you got 9 juniors on your team, you literally trying to talk to them. They understand where you're coming from. I mean, we've seen them as freshmen and now they're coming as juniors and they're stepping into this leadership role. Is really awesome. I think for me, like a little thing I like to do is like when we normally huddle up in the game, we normally like to talk. I see the past games, we've been giving the juniors a chance to come speak to the team, not just coming down from the seniors, but because the juniors are a big part of this team and they're going to be the future of this team as well.
Coaches talk about it all the time. You're a player. You guys certainly police yourselves in the locker room, but coaching staff talks about the guys really that don't play a lot, the guys that come to practice every day, that if it wasn't because, as we talked earlier, that there were 11 guys already in the rotation, there are guys that could easily be getting minutes and be productive. The value that those guys give you in practice every day to make sure you guys can perform at game time, measure their value to the team right now, because as you mentioned, they're part of the future of this program as well.
I think just like you said, like that measurability is something that can't be measured. Like that's just selflessness. And we talk about that every single year, be selfless, being a part of this team. We're a family. I understand, like for a lot of us, we've been in different situations in our careers here, especially like even Christian Silva. Like his first 3 years here, you weren't hearing his name. He wasn't playing that much. And then he steps in that role. He's been doing the same thing every single day, like in practice. Got guys like Christian Jones, PJ Roach, who aren't playing those major minutes, but they still bring it every day in practice. I mean, it's just like everyone has their role and it's always changing. And it's just like awesome to see like those guys that care so much about the team to not make it about themselves, but about us winning as a group. At the end of the day, it's a team sport and every single piece matters, from the starters in the game, second string coming in, or to the last man on the bench. It's just like that family atmosphere we like to bring in.
This team was doing some really good things back in October when you were getting ready for the season. Injuries kept you from starting the season with your entire roster intact. You still don't really have that because a couple of guys have gone down. Guy like Nate Allison that was playing some minutes behind you and Daniel in the rotation. But the fact that you've gotten Inge, Dorsey back now, Summers, of course, back from the hamstring. What did that feel like to run out of that tunnel the other day at BU, or I should say up those steps with all of those guys that you had really not really had all together at one point this year?
I mean, it's awesome. I mean, we're almost like you said, we're missing Nate, and he's gonna come back here shortly. Hopefully, it's really just awesome to see like that group that we've been working out with each other since basically July, and just been grinding it out together, knowing what our goals were for the season, and seeing everyone just actually being able to participate in that and running up those steps, like you're saying at BU, and just being able to be in the huddle with all those guys is like awesome. It's like, all right, the band's coming back together slowly but surely, but we're just etching and just keeping going and just trying to get everyone healthy and just trying to stay strong as the season keeps going.
Thursday was a weird game for you guys. Probably by far the poorest 40 minutes you all had in terms of execution all season. Then you get punched in the face 9-0 in the first 2.5 minutes at BU the other day. What changed, if anything, and why were you guys able to absorb that initial energy from BU and then eventually impose your will to the point where by the middle of the second half, you really had them coming from a bad spot?
I'll say one of the bigger changes is just like the overall focus in the game. I mean, of course, basketball is a game of runs. Coaches tell us that. We as players knows that. And the fact that BU was able to even start off that hot against us, of course, it looked bleak, looked like a repeat of almost what was going on Thursday. I think as players, like we really just buckled down and talked to each other. It was like, we're not going to let this happen again. And just knowing that we always win at BU. That's what coach always tells us, is just knowing that we got to win again. And the last time that we played at Boston University, I remember it, my sophomore year, it was right before the pandemic, really. We ended up losing there and kicked us out of the Patriot League tournament. That was a sour taste in our mouth, and we really wanted to win there again. So it's just really, just as a senior, knowing that this could be our possible last time playing up here, is just like trying to get the guys. No one's like, all right, we got hit in the face. It's okay. Basketball's a game of runs. On to the next play, next possession, and just keep playing. Just give it all.
Coming up this week, obviously two great opportunities at home. You know what's on the marquee on the weekend, but how do you all maintain focus for Wednesday night first to make sure you take care of that piece of business, and then Saturday can have its most meaning as long as you guys are still sitting there with an opportunity to remain in first place?
I think, just like you said, we really do take things one game at a time. I know as soon as we got finished with Boston, we already started trying to prep for Lehigh. We respect them as an opponent, and they've really turned it around in their last 6 games, and it's really been cool to watch. And know that's going to be a great competition for us tomorrow. It just really starts with the fact that you respect every opponent and know we're trying to see where we could work to enforce our will as a team against Lehigh. And it's just going to be an awesome experience again as we're continuing this trajectory of games. We have Lehigh on Thursday, and then of course Army this weekend. And of course, everyone's always thinking about the Army game, but we always like to take it one step at a time.
To be a kid from the WCAC, played at one of its more visible programs, to look around and see all the guys you played with that are all out there doing great things on the college level. What is it about that league that helps prepare you all, and certainly for you individually, to be playing such a key factor for your club now in your final season? What does that all mean, and why does that league get you so prepared for the college level?
I'll say really it's just that college level talent. I mean, it's just like a lot of guys, a lot of competitors. WCAC, I'll say, is the best basketball conference in the country. A lot of people argue with me, but that's okay. But I mean, I think it's just really just an awesome place where all the guys we've been playing against with each other in AAU, we end up playing on our high school teams together, meshing with each other, then also playing on the circuit, like basketball circuits together. And it's just a lot of high level competition. And when you've been playing high level competition for the past 4 years, and then you get to a college game, it's like, all right, we're doing the same type of things in practice. Oh, I played against the players who are just as athletic, or maybe more athletic, just as fast, quicker. Like a lot of the guards I've played against and played with, like it's really awesome just to see, like, all right, all that small little things I was taking as a 14-year-old, 15, 16, 17-year-old, it started to just mesh well as I get to become a senior at the Naval Academy. It's really cool.
Let me ask you about yourself for a minute. The fact that you know what it means to be named a captain for a team at the academy, it means just a little bit more, because it's a institution that obviously prepares you to be leaders, to be, potentially world leaders one day in our society. To look back on the guy that showed up on I-Day to the guy that I'm talking to right now, what is maybe the biggest difference, and what has allowed you to not only stay here, achieve, but prosper and become a leader at the Naval Academy?
I'll say, if I were to talk to my younger self, is just have patience, kid. like I remember I day vividly. My coach, my recruiting coach, Coach Davis. He has that one picture of me. I was sitting there on one of the benches right there on Stribling, and I was eating a hamburger. And you could see it in my face, just like shook. I just shaved my head, and I just freshly put on white works, and I was just sitting there. I was like, wow, what am I getting myself into? And I think over the past 4 years is like that big factor of patience. I think the biggest thing for a leader is to be patient. Sometimes everything's not going to go your way. You have so many expectations of yourself, of your team, in the classroom, what you have of your coaches and your teammates. And just being able to be, all right, I'm going to take a step back from the situation and let me see where can I actually help myself or where can I help others. And as a leader, it's huge being patient, because sometimes it may require you to have a very quick decision, but most of the times you want to be patient, level-headed, understand, all right, let me see the best situation I could put myself in.
Does hamburgers taste a little better these days?
Oh, can't complain.
Rich, appreciate the time, my friend. Look forward to seeing you guys this week. Two great opportunities for you competing with Lehigh and Army. Thanks for the time today.
All right, thank you.